Yo, what's going on, guys? NQ Mills over here with a trade recap for today's trading day. Today it is October 15th, 10:35 in the morning. You guys can see on I think the bottom of my screen right here, bottom right. Uh, you guys know I don't really like to waste no time. I like to get straight to the charts, and I want to tell you guys what I was looking at today with my Discord, right? So let's get straight into it. Right here, as you can see on the daily time frame, we were looking at Nasdaq first, right? So we did end up taking a trade on gold. We were trying to look at Nasdaq, however, we could not get an ideal entry for us today. That's fine. It is what it is. Same thing that happened with us yesterday happened again today. Price ran pretty fast without us. If you guys seen the trade recap from yesterday, you would know, and if you were on the lives, you would know as well, right? So we did kind of get an initial break of the resistance right here that we did mark out yesterday, as you can see with this white candle all the way up here, right? So if we look a little bit on a lower time frame for the 1 hour, you can see that there's obviously buying pressure coming in, right? We already had broken these highs, so it looks like we're pretty much bound to go higher. What I did want to see ideally in the day was for price to respect this resistance area. However, we did not, right? I did want to look at shorts from this area all the way to right here. However, like I said, we did not get that. So the reason I put this red horizontal line, as you can see right here, is because this is where I kind of like to put my stops, right? So if you look previously, we use this right here as a little bit of support, a little bit of support. It's not very a major key level, it's very minor. But I like to do that because when I get into trades like this, when it runs all the way down here, I don't know how much points that is. I think that's about 100 or 2. No, that's 200, I think. Yeah, that's 200 points, right? So this would have been a 200 point play. I do not want to be very tight with my stop loss. So as you can see, we had a little bit of a fake out right here. We've done that before, right? So I did put this line here last night, previously before today's trading day. So ideally what I did want to see was a short from right here. Hold on, let me just move this so that you guys can see a little bit better. And I probably would have put my stop loss a little bit above here. So probably would have been like 90 points for 200 point gain. So that would have been a quick 1 to 2, nothing too crazy when it comes to the risk to reward, but I take whatever the market is giving me and whatever opportunity is there, right? So as you can see, if we look on a lower time frame, right here, we did not really get that much of selling pressure. I did want to see a break of this and a break of this to actually go ahead and have an ideal entry as well. I did want to take it off of here, but as I seen how price was moving, I said, you know what? I want to wait till I get a break under here, break all of these lows, retest this previous area for me to actually go ahead and take these shorts. Like I said, we never got that. We kind of just used this area as support to actually then keep buying up, right? So I said, okay, I'm going to adapt to whatever is going on right now. So what I ended up doing was I seen the break right here. So I seen the break. It was right around here. My Discord was with me. They know that I said, okay, you know what? I'll look at longs. So I looked at previous data to actually go ahead and see where I can put for to see where I'm going to be chasing for my next level, which of take profit. So it's obviously right here. As you can see, we did use it as a little bit of support here, a little bit of resistance here. So I did want to be chasing that level. Obviously, I think we had a little bit more data here. Yeah, we did. So we did use it as a little bit of resistance here, a little bit of resistance here. And that was more than enough for me to say, okay, you know what? This is a pretty decent level that's been tapped into a few times. So I want to see what trade, I want to see how this trade is going to look, right? So as soon as I got here back, literally, as soon as I was looking at that data and then looked back, price was around right here. So I was like, oh, fuck, it looks like it's going to run without us. So that's fine. Right here, I was waiting for a retest. So as you guys know, yesterday I was waiting for the retest as well. It did not happen. So what I ideally wanted to see was something like this, right? To then go all the way up to overall TP for a 1 to 2.7 risk to reward, which is pretty decent. So we did not ever get that, and that's completely fine. You know what? We missed out on this trade. That's totally fine. As you can see, after it hit TP, started consolidating, so it was a very, very strong trade. Quality over quantity, right? So I was very, very picky today with my trades, and that's completely fine, because when you are trading and you're putting capital on the table, your live funds, not no funded account, you want to make sure that you're taking the best possible trade that you are doing, right? So let's say like you could only take 2 trades your entire week. You're obviously going to take the highest quality setups. You're not going to be taking nothing mid. So a member in my Discord actually said, hey, look at gold. I said, okay, no problem. We'll look at gold. Right here, I'm looking at gold, and I said, okay, this looks pretty good, right? So I marked out my resistance right here on the 15-minute time frame, marked out a little bit of the support as well, right? So as you can see, I automatically knew when we were breaking above here, that's kind of when I got into this trade. We were breaking above, and I was like, okay, this actually does look pretty solid for buys. So I already automatically knew that this right here was an area that could be rejected off of, just for the simple fact that we are still pretty much, we are bullish, right? Because we did break above. However, this is a pretty minor resistance level right here. Nothing too crazy, but I knew that we could reject off of here as well, just for the simple fact that we did. Okay, my arrow's tweaking out. Wow, I can't even speak English right now. Also knowing that we did reject a little bit right here, right? And then came back down. So I was like, okay, you know what? We'll give the longs an opportunity. So we ended up doing that, right? And so when we actually came down here, we caught a really, really sniper entry, 0 drawdown. Very, very nice. And then when we came for a 1-to-1, when we were floating about 43 points, I think it was a little bit more. I think it was like 1 pip more. I think it was like, yeah, it was definitely 44. When we were floating about 44 points, I told everybody, I said, hey, if you guys want, you guys could go break even now because it's a 1-to-1. Usually I like to go break even at 1-to-2 ideally, but you know what? I'm just adapting to market conditions and seeing what opportunity is there, and I'm just moving like that. So I personally went and break even on this trade, right, at the 1-to-1. So as you can see, we did come up to TP1. I shaved off partials. I shaved off half of my position. And so now I'm already secured a little bit of profit. Trade is break even, completely fine. When we came down here, we kind of like had a little bit of a pullback, came back to TP1 a couple of times. I said, you know what, chat, we can put a trailing stop loss in the money if you guys want, just for the simple fact that you guys can secure the profit. So this little white line that you see right here is for the actual trailing stop, which would be right here. So that was the trailing stop loss. Looks like, okay, so yeah, we did get hit. Not looks like, we did get our trailing stops hit. That's completely fine. And that's because, as you can see, right after that happened, price decided to keep coming down, used it as resistance, and just kept going down, down, down. Completely fine. Overall, we did have a green day, which is fine, for a total of a 1-to-1.6 R. Not the best risk to reward, but you know what? We literally take any opportunity that's given to us that looks pretty good, right? This looked good to me, and you know what? It is what it is. It's a green day. Can't complain. Gonna put that in my journal. Guys, make sure you're journaling your trades as well. If you are not journaling your trades, you are kind of like, how are you going to know how to progress in the areas that you are weak at when you are not journaling, when you're not writing them down and seeing where you're doing wrong? Also, what you're doing right. Because you could be doing something right, but you could always sharpen that as well. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that you're journaling every single trade that you take. Write down your emotions and how your psychology was through it, right? If you overtraded, right? How many trades that you took that day, right? Your P&L. Did I risk properly? Did I over risk? Did I under risk on this trade? Stuff like that as well, so that you guys can pretty much manage when it comes to emotions and trading a lot better for the future, as well as taking higher quality setups. Because when you look at certain things, you're going to be like, oh, did I rush that trade? You know what? I could have been a little bit more patient for a better entry. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's pretty much it for today, guys. I'm going to be hopping off. So that's a little bit of trading recap for today. Guys, I'm going to be live again tomorrow, Monday through Friday, 10 in the morning. It's going to be in the main chat in Discord. That's where I drop the Zoom links for everyone to join. I'm going to leave it in the description of this video, or as well as the link in my bio for any other social medias if that's how you guys found me. And yeah, just guys join. It's free. I do not charge a single dollar. Just join up, make a bag, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you. Have a blessed day, guys.